Webster inbounds it to Pitchford, who hands it back to Webster. Webster dishes it off to Rivers. Rivers makes a few nifty moves and puts in a layup that'll be good for 2 points. Huskers are going to be up 25-15 with 7:35 left. Comer brings the ball up, top of the key. And the ball is going to go out of bounds, trying to feed it into Jones in the post, off of David Rivers' hands, out of bounds. Comer is going to go down. He is the inbound passer for this team. Looking for a man to come open.
And that's another foul off the ball, Doug. I mean, it just continues. These refs are calling a very, very tight game right now.
Benny Parker is not that big of a guy. He is 5'9", 166 pounds, so I don't know who he could possibly foul, but they called him on it.
It's a generous 5'9", too.
Thompson pitches it off to Comer. Comer misses the runner in the lane. Vacuumed up there by Pitchford, brought it in. Webster has the ball top of the key, spins, makes a beautiful pass down to David Rivers, who puts in a slam dunk.
Wide open.
In the face of Dunk City. Just saying, hey, you guys think you're Dunk City, welcome to our Dunk City.
Ty Webster just is not afraid to go down low, and he's got all sorts of crazy moves. What a play.
Webster's guarding Comer on the right side. Comer has the ball, looks to pass, still dribbling, feeds it down into Hicks. Hicks is guarded by Pitchford, goes to make the turnaround shot, and Pitchford puts his defense up, misses it, and Pitchford comes back down with the rebound. Off to Benny Parker, bringing the ball up, slowly up to midcourt, getting the play from Tim Miles. And Siobhan's leading him out there, running him around, telling him what to do.
Interesting dynamic. Not the point guard is running the offense, it's a wing player.
Siobhan Shields might just have a louder voice. We don't know what it could be, but Tim Miles is definitely running everything through him. Parker gets the ball, passes it back out to Shields. Shields is trying to make moves, goes for an up and under layup, and absolutely no defense on that play. You can't guard that much of an up and under. We're going to have a timeout on the floor. You are listening to Husker men's basketball on 90.3 KRNU.
And like you said, Doug, it's going to be a back-and-forth game. And what are you seeing now in this set of possessions that you didn't see in the first set of possessions for Nebraska?
Equal amounts of scoring is something I would have to say. You know, with a game that you're 19-18 with around about 10, just 5 seconds under 10 minutes left at 9:55. This game on average would be set to be close to the 80-point mark. And both these teams are billed as defensive teams. That's something that's kind of stood out to me as I looked up at the time and the score. This is kind of a high-scoring game for both of these teams.
Especially considering there were a couple of games where Nebraska was approaching low totals, 19 points a half.
Right, versus Northwestern, it was the first team to 50 was going to win the game. Today it might be the first team to 70.
Yeah, Robinson has that ability, though. He's just an athletic freak. He can go in and play left guard, right guard. I don't know if he could play center. There's some stuff, with the center. You're handling the ball a lot, and if you're not used to doing that, you might not be comfortable doing that. But he can go in and play 4 out of the 5 positions on the offensive line, or just be a swing tackle and be the backup. I mean, it can work either way. So Robinson would not be a bad pick for them, and he's a guy that you can kind of build on down the road. He's a guy where if Long doesn't come back 100%, you can move Long to right tackle and slide Robinson over into the left tackle spot.
It just gives you a lot of options.
Yeah,
and obviously, Long and Saffold, they're not going to be the long-term answer there.
Right.
Robinson absolutely would be.
All right. And in the same exact breath, you have to think second round comes around. Who built that Seattle defense?
Oh, good call.
It was Gus Bradley.
Very
and so
good.
He's trying to do kind of similar things down in Jacksonville.
They absolutely need corners.
And they could very easily pick up a guy like Stanley and turn him into a project, kind of like, Richard Sherman came into the league a very polished corner. He had a little coaching up, but a lot of it is what he was able to do at Stanford, and he's been playing corner a long time. Stanley's a little bit more of a project, but it's the same exact idea. Is you get a guy who can shut down a number one receiver with size and speed,
and you have the ball skills as a former receiver,
and it worked. And Sherman was the same way. He was a receiver at Stanford for a year. It's the same exact way, and so you could see him going 32 today to the Seahawks, or 34 to the 35 to the Jaguars. Yeah, and so I mean, it could work out either way. I think Gus Bradley would really enjoy that pick. But that's we are talking about Huskers in the NFL draft right now, but there's also some other guys out there that are of size playing corner. So it could work anyway.
Tweeted at us using the hashtag KRNU draft. You guys aren't talking about the Bears enough. So, Doug Lowery.
Lanny, I know you're probably listening in, and there's some things that need to go on. But I think Calvin Pryor, HaHa Clinton Dix, and Aaron Donald are going to be the top three for me. Probably in that order, and that order seems wrong, but Aaron Donald plays 3 technique, and the Bears only have 3 technique defensive tackles. While he would be a great pick and he'd be a great value pick and he'd probably have a great career in Chicago, I think more of a need right now for the Chicago Bears is the safety, is a free safety or a strong safety. I mean, they could really use both. But I think Aaron Donald is the unanimous guy that a lot of people think the Bears should go after. I think personally, with all the 3 technique defensive tackles the Bears have, they would be better suited to get a premier safety and find a bigger body defensive tackle maybe later down the road.